This is the last bartender. I'm going to be doing a Campari tasting today. You either love this stuff or you hate it. There's really no in between. But you know what? A lot of people who hate this stuff, eventually they will learn to love it. It's just one of those things. I can't explain why. It's an Italian aperitif. It's designed to stimulate your appetite. It's also considered a bitters. It has lots of fruits, lots of herbs, different things in it. I believe that they originally got the color from crushing up some kind of weird bug, which is kind of gross, but I'm sure they don't do that now. I wonder how they do. Unfortunately, it's probably some kind of chemically thing, but I'm not sure. You got to do the research on these things. Remember, fact check everything I say, because some of the things are coming out of bars, and as I've said before, we know that information out of bars isn't always 100% accurate. So this came up with Gaspar Campari, I believe the guy's name was, in around 1860. In the 1930, I believe, was when this DePero guy created this iconic bottle. And you really should follow the history of Campari, because their history of advertising is really interesting. They were on the forefront of every era. Like, they had the perfect commercial for every era, and whoever their advertising advertising campaign director or whatever was absolutely brilliant, because it is art in the highest form when you take a look at the campaigns that they've had. Okay, so let's give this a try. I know what it tastes like, and it's very bitter. This is open because we made our Boulevardier. I actually didn't have too many of them. And the Boulevardier, it is a third Campari. And I was using the same bottle for my siestas, but that's only a half an ounce. So, I mean, that's actually a bunch of siestas too. So, let's take a look. No bugs in this red color, I'm to understand now. It's such a lovely bitter aperitif. It smells kind of like it tastes. It doesn't taste like, no, it does kind of weirdly taste like it should be red. Very bitter, very earthy. I think that's what gets people when they try Campari and they say, oh, I don't like that stuff. It's very much an acquired taste. But it has enough sweetness to it. That's Jake just made his first camera debut. I saw him out of the corner of my eye. That's big fat Jake, my cat, my snake-faced cat. Okay, so as I was saying, there's just enough sweetness to it to balance out the bitter, and it's typically served with a slice of orange. People mix it with orange juice, Campari soda. Got to have the orange twist or an orange slice with that. It's wonderful for cocktails. It's wonderful as an additive. It's wonderful by itself. I personally, my favorite thing, Campari soda with a actual slice of orange, because I like to squeeze a little bit of orange juice into there. And after I'm done squeezing, sometimes I'll flip it over and give it a little bit of the orange oil. Yes, very earthy, very, very bitter, but finishes with a little bit of sweet. All right, love it or you hate it. Campari. This is the last bartender. Happy drinking.